Hi there, and I hope you've really enjoyed the day one of our Zero Trust Summit 2024. I know it's been full with a lot of great content and looking at a lot of different aspects of Zero Trust from a lot of different experts. Well, if you don't know me, I'm Jim Reavis. I'm the CEO of Cloud Security Alliance, and I just wanted to give you a few of my thoughts at the end of the day, and we can have that discussion and then send you off so you can go get ready for tomorrow's great wrap up where we've got tremendous sessions. And I know we have John Kindervag, who is the founder of Zero Trust, who's going to be presenting tomorrow. So when I think about zero trust in the context of other things we're doing, sometimes I've even heard people have been surprised. Well, why is Cloud Security Alliance taking a lead here on zero trust? And so I thought maybe I would just give you a few of my thoughts on just big picture of like, here's the top areas that CSA focuses on. And here's why zero trust is so important. Here's what we're doing about it. And here's where we see it going. So I tried to have Dolly sort of give me an image here to kind of help what I was thinking about. But a lot of people have sort of presented this to me actually when they think about CSA, if they're sort of very active and involved and understand what we're doing, they could kind of almost think of it right now if you look at it from a certain lens in three main areas. One is the cloud itself. And I thought, well, okay, I'll represent that with the CSA logo, which actually is supposed to look a little bit like an abstract cloud if you don't see it in there. But that's an area obviously that is going to be core to us. It's going to continue to evolve. I think of so many different areas. Like let's think about sovereign clouds. Let's think about that. And are we happy with where we're at and where we need to go and how any area in the world, any geography, any virtual sort of consortium or other groups, how actually they can have a lot of comfort that their information is within whatever boundaries you might want to create, real boundaries, virtual boundaries, whatever you want to think about. So you can think about multi-cloud. You could think about all sorts of different things where we certainly are looking at where is cloud going? How does it need to evolve? What are the new threats? What are the new measures to secure it? And obviously these trends all sort of fit together here. And so the second one is you hear me talk about a lot if you've heard me talk at all, is AI, generative AI. And we have something called the AI Safety Initiative, which is our program, our project, very all-encompassing to look at how we make generative AI secure and safe, and eventually look at other forms of AI as well. And as I said, these things fit together. And my viewpoint is that cloud and generative AI sort of merging together, and this next version of cloud is very much representative of that fusion that is happening. And we can think about that in so many different ways and so many different dimensions. Caleb Sima, who's the chair of our AI Safety Initiative, he talks about how AI is going to actually radically change cybersecurity, and which again, cloud security is basically the foundation of that right now. And he talks about it in the different dimensions of context. How do you understand what is happening based on maybe taking real-time feeds from security systems and combining that with other information like Zoom call information or Slack conversations or Zendesk feeds to understand, oh, this is what I should understand about something that looks like a security threat or issue coming out of my SOC when I actually look at it compared to what conversations have been had about maybe that exact host or that exact problem. So context is really important. This idea of coverage is this second area of looking at how cybersecurity is really going to change, where an AI system can actually seem to do the work or give you the capability of thousands of junior engineers looking at different things. And so it gives you much more depth, an ability to look at things that we've just not had the ability to look at before. And then communications was the third one he talked about. And this is, we're thinking about how we feel like we're being over communicated and we're overwhelmed by our inboxes and everything else. And it's only going to grow, it seems. But maybe with AI compute that's combined with cloud security, maybe you're going to get communicated just on time to say, hey, this is an issue that we're seeing. You are the person that owns this particular project. Do you see an ability to approve this, deny this? Because based on the generative AI interaction with our cloud security systems, we have determined that there's an issue that's going to require your decision making. And so you don't actually proactively get communicated, but it's a sort of a just-in-time communication. So some interesting things to sort of ponder about how all that's going together. So zero trust is really this sort of third area. And sometimes when I talk to people about, no, I see this in a certain manner as important as the cloud itself and AI, which you would have to say is probably the biggest technology trend of all time. And it's because it's this lens that we are now using and beginning to use in a more all-encompassing manner, where I think we've initially saw this as something to sort of reimagine the network layer and reimagine that in a way that's very identity driven, which is obviously those are still very important sorts of components. But when I think about zero trust, and I said it, I think a couple of years ago, it's probably an architectural roadmap for the future of the internet in its entirety. And so I still sort of see that more and more. And you think about things like the non-human identities, IoT, and we have 10x, maybe more of the number of internet connected devices than we do have people on Earth. It's probably more than that. But you think about that, and it's really important, I think, that we've got zero trust in this idea to understand protect surfaces, and those protect surfaces can be very scattered, very virtual. You think about like ephemeral types of compute that come out of cloud that could be serverless computing. It could be micro containers. It could be a lot of different things out there that they're here now, they're gone. And what does that look like from a protect surface when you're thinking architecturally about something when at a point in time they're not even there? So when I think about zero trust, I feel like we're going to see that it has legs and relevance for actually quite a while, when we have really pivoted towards this being a philosophy that informs this strategy that we need to be thinking about. So, we're always going to be looking at Cloud Security Alliance at other sorts of trends, future trends, and quantum computing is an example. We've got this Y2Q initiative to say, hey, let's get ready for when quantum computing is going to be like very important and having maybe an existential threat to encryption. And can zero trust be something that says, hey, we've got to make sure that we have asymmetric encryption identified, and if it's something that is not quantum safe, that we know how to handle and filter that out. And I think it's going to be a good way for us to be thinking about some of those things. So who knows where all of the future is going to go? Who knows where generative AI is going to take us? Who knows how quickly we're going to solve some of the cloud security problems we've talked about? But I just see more and more that this is like one of the most important tools we're going to have in our toolbox, is have that ability to sort of turn on that mode of thinking to understand that anything can be breached and nothing can literally be trusted. And for us to do those sorts of least privileged things, to really analyze our world and our systems in a way to understand, protect surfaces, and understand what are the best ways to deal with that, to have confidence in our future of compute. So we've made a lot of progress with this. And I think CSA trying to take the lead with our Zero Trust Advancement Center has been great. And I've been very proud of our certificate of competency in Zero Trust. And I'll let you in on something that I don't think you've heard anywhere else, but this has really been shown to be such high quality that actually CISA and the US government, they have done contract awards to us to do training with CCCT in the US federal government, which obviously it's high stakes there because they're under a presidential executive order for zero trust implementation. So if it's good enough for them, I think it's good enough for all of us. And I really encourage you to go check it out. Give us feedback on what you're learning from it, what we can do in the next version of it. But I just wanted to let you know that you can be very sure that as we forward in the future, there's a lot of questions we have, but I think Zero Trust is going to be a fundamental part of it. So I thank all the people who've been participating in that, in creating all the research for us. I thank all of the speakers at this summit and all the volunteers that just help us spread the word of this in so many different ways. So I want to thank you, and there's my LinkedIn QR code if you want to connect with me or email me or go check out our Zero Trust Advancement Center. And again, I hope you've enjoyed today, and I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's day 2 of the Zero Trust Summit 2024. Thank you.